I am going to make a introduction now of our special guest, Miss Breona Clawson. So Miss Breona Clawson, she has a really impressive background. She has a healthcare background, and she has always loved helping people in the community, especially in the aging community. She founded her own hair accessory shop. It's an online store called Breezy Love Shop. And in addition to that, she also founded her second business, and she's the CEO of Women Empowerment Circle, and where she offers services to female entrepreneurs like yourself with a focus of mental health. So when I first got connected with Breona in our Supplied Family group, I was super excited that she can help our superwoman in the group from a brand new angle. So I invited her to talk about all the tips that she can share with us. So handing over to Miss Breona. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Sarah, and for the whole Supplied family. I'm super excited to talk about mental health and how we can use this in our business to be successful. But I wanted to know, where is everyone joining from today? If you can comment in the comments where you're joining from. I myself, I'm joining from the Metro Detroit area. So who's joining in? I would love to see. We've got Josephine, I see. We've got Mary. We've got Bianca, Felicia, Chandra. Hey guys, Lady Ann, Penny. All right, we have Texas. We have Michigan. Oh, hello, Michigan. Ann Arbor. Okay, Philadelphia. Hello. And also, while you guys are commenting, where you're happy Friday, Deborah in Dallas. Hello, Mary in Nashville. Felicia in Milwaukee. What is the name of your guys' business, and what has you so passionate about having your business? I want to know. Atlanta, Georgia. Hi, Judy. Hi, Bianca, Las Vegas. I'm sorry, Los Angeles. Is it Sonia from NYC? And I'm sorry if I pronounce your guys' names wrong. I will try my best not to. Hello, everyone. What are some of your guys' businesses? I'm curious to know. Go ahead and comment below. Nice. Oh, perfect, Sonia. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to butcher any names. All right, while you guys are commenting on your businesses and what has you so passionate about it, I wanted to make sure you guys knew about our next guest speaker. Her name is Emma Roberts, and I'm excited to learn about professional content writing, and that's what she's going to let everyone know about. Obviously, this area is pretty important as a business owner to have really good grip on your professional content writing. So make sure you guys stay tuned for our next guest speaker, which is Emma Roberts. I'm super excited. So it looks like we have Mary, Queen's Way Fashion by Mary, specializes in health and beauty. Congratulations. We have Miss Wilder, who is a beauty supply and accessories. Congratulations, guys. This is wonderful. Chandra says she's launching a women's clothing boutique on 11/13. My goal is to remind women that we're all beautiful and all worth it. You are so right. No matter your race, your size, your gender, you got it. I love it. I love it. Judy says, LuLaRoe, 3 generations. We sell clothing and we start adding more items from Supplied. Wonderful. I'm excited to start getting things from Supplied too, guys. So make sure you guys check them out. We have LA Goodness Goddess Boutique. I'm sorry for pronouncing that. Looks beautiful. Love the logo. Lady Ann. Love it. And we have Sonia's Snap Shop and Accessories. Wonderful. These are all wonderful. Wonderful things, ladies. You should be really proud of yourselves. I know I'm happy for you guys and your businesses. So just a little bit about me. Again, my name is Breona Clawson, and I'm the owner of two businesses. My first business is called Breezy Love Shop. It's an online hair accessory shop. And then I have my second business, which is called Woman Empowerment Circle, which is a hub of resources for women. And the specialty is to focus on mental health and how to succeed in your business. So I'm super excited to be here today with you guys. Before we dive in, I want to take a minute and let's just kind of slow down. Let's get rebalanced. Let's get refocused so that we can fully, get the information that is given today about your mental health, because it's so important. So let's take a minute. We're going to close our eyes and take 3 big breaths in and out. All right, so we're going to go 1. That way we can all just breathe and take in our information. We're so used to being busy all day, so this is a moment to kind of slow down and kind of take in all the information and learn about mental health today. So we'll do one more set. All right. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about some tips on how to keep your mental health good while being a small business owner. Yeah, Sarah says that felt good. Yeah, it's nice to just take a minute, isn't it, guys? Who else found that really relaxing? Let me see your answer in the comments. So that will actually bring us to our first tip today. Our first tip is talking about practicing relaxation techniques. A lot of times we're dealing with stress. It's stressful to be a small business owner. And you're also juggling, your business, if you're married, if you have children, your own personal things. So it's very important to practice some relaxation techniques. Stephanie says it was so nice. Mary says she's launching soon. She's organizing and packing. She has organizing and packing services. Wonderful. Lady Ann says, yes, that was nice. Wonderful. So like I said, we're dealing with stress, and there's a lot of different ways that you can kind of help release that stress. One way that I like to utilize is meditation. Meditation for me is really helpful, really relaxing, gets me rebalanced. I also really enjoy deep breathing, just as we did in the beginning. If you are someone who's busy, it takes nothing more than a couple seconds to breathe in and breathe out. So that's why it's a really good technique, and you can do that anywhere. Anywhere you're getting ready to jump in the car and you need to get ready for a business meeting and you need to be professional, but you need to get yourself together. You can do those deep breaths. Another thing is progressive muscle relaxation, learning how to utilize relaxation when you're tense with your muscles. And I have a good friend named Kiana who will be demonstrating that in our Women Empowerment Circle if you're ever interested. I personally have not done it myself, so I'm super excited to learn about it and to use it. Looks like Beverly here. Welcome, Beverly. Is an international market. We are full line of African American and Caribbean groceries. Congratulations. We also have an online fashion clothing store and our own skincare brand. Congratulations, Beverly, and welcome. And thanks for joining us today. Another is turning off your electronics. Yes, sometimes we are on our phones. Most of the time, I know I am, just because the nature of my business being that it's online. I'm always on my phone. I'm always answering phone calls. So sometimes you need to take that time and schedule a break by turning off your electronics. Another thing is I like to read, taking 30 minutes as a break and reading a nice fantasy book or whatever book that you like is a good change in your pace to help relieve some stress, to kind of take your mind off things. That's another good thing. And then I like to do what I call a brainstorming session. If I have a lot on my mind and it's mostly, I'm noticing it's a lot about my business, I'm just going to get a notebook and just write down everything, and that kind of helps take all those thoughts in here and put them on paper. So, is there anything that you guys do that I did not mention for practicing relaxation? I want to know, and drop those comments inside of the comment box. Our next one, while people are answering that, is we're going to talk about getting help from others. But first, I want to know, what do you guys do for your relaxation when things are getting stressful while you're working on your business, or even if you're trying to transition from working on your business to maybe making dinner for your family? What skills are you using? I want to know if you can drop that in the comments. Meditation. Mary says meditation. Wonderful. I like to use on YouTube, I think it's called Mindfulness Meditation. I really like their series. They have tons of stuff for a variety of things. Thank you, Mary. Anyone else? Sarah says going for a run to get runner's high. Yeah, going for a run. I need to get to that point to be able to run and stay running. But yes, that's a good one. Hot yoga works great, says Deborah. Oh, okay. I've never done hot yoga. That's something that's on the bucket list. Meditation of crafting. Okay, nice, Sonia. Sonia says some meditation is her meditation is crafting. I love crafting. Crafting is pretty fun too. It takes you to a whole nother space. Anyone else? All right. And if I pronounce your name wrong, I'm very sorry. Is it Sharina? She says writing. Mary says prayer and fasting. Thanks for joining. All right, so let's go to number 2. So getting help from others. Yes, we are the experts at our business, right? But it's okay to get help. It's okay. So what I mean by that is you may need to sit down and write a list of things that you want to task out. Whether you're outsourcing with another company, maybe it's something that maybe you already have teammates and there's other things that they can add to their plate, whatever it may be. But it's okay to ask for help. So again, know when you need to outsource or task it out to others. Utilize your friends and family. They're your biggest supporters. A lot of friends and family are eager to support your business, and all you have to do is ask for a picture back, and that is helping. Getting help from others to help expand your band in a digital form. Donna says prayer and quiet time. Yes, that's a great one. And hello, Donna. If I'm not saying, is it Dana? Or is it, yeah, Dana. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Another one is looking into influencers or brand ambassadors to help with the looks of putting out your products within your business is another great way too. So don't be scared to ask for help. Roseanne says, my 15-year-old son makes all my spreadsheets. Oh, that would be so nice. I'm not much of a spreadsheet person. I'm not good at making the formulas. My husband is, so thank you for him. I just make really easy Google Docs for me. So what are some things that you guys have done in your business where you realized I need some help? I want to know if you could put those answers in the comments for me. I would say for me, I love planning and thinking of the ideas for content, but not so much creating the content. So that was something that I definitely set a goal to save for. And then once I hit that goal, I then was able to actually, my virtual assistant found me, and I was able to outsource areas that it just wasn't for me, and that allowed me to focus on other areas of my business, and that meant that my stress levels went down, which meant my mental health went back to being up top. Sonia said, getting my face on Facebook Live. Okay, same here. Okay. Anyone else? What do you find yourself needing help for within your business? Figuring out what inventory to purchase, says Lady Ann. Okay. Anyone else? I definitely need help with content creation. And if I'm not mistaken, our next guest speaker, Emma, will be able to help all of us with that too, and how to be professional with it too. So I'm excited to listen to her as well. All right, so let's go into number 3 is set your hours and stick to them. Nothing is more important to having a set schedule and sticking to that schedule as close as possible. It allows you to get your body in a routine. It allows you to get into a work routine. It allows for less errors. One thing that I started to do, and I actually got this tip from my business mentor, and she relayed that you should take a piece of paper or if you have a blank timesheet, or you can even Google it and just write down the times it's taking you on each task, and see how much time you're really using and how to better use your time so that you have better outcomes, better results. Posting all my pictures, says, oh, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce your name. I believe it's Miss Tracy. I'll go with that because I don't want to butcher your name. And Sonia says customers. Chantel says trying to price my inventory. Mary says networking. Dana says, I think I need to do more. I need to do that more. I think I have to do it all or know it all. I need to let go of things I'm not good at and let others do it. I was the same way, and you just feel it's your baby, and it's really hard to let go. But once you do find those tasks that you can let go, it's a big weight lifted off your shoulders, which means your mental health is going to be a little bit more in check. All right. Okay, good. Felicia says writing descriptions, choosing the right products that sell. Yes. There's a lot of different tips and tricks, you guys, to all these things that you guys are posting. Networking is great. There's so many Facebook groups to join. And it's good to talk to other business owners and be social. Said customers. There's lots of good answers, guys. All right, so why it's important to stick to your hours. It's so that you can have time for yourself. You need to have you time for your self-care, whether that's in a physical way for self-care, which is our number one thought, is going to have a spa day. But there's other areas you can take care of yourself, like going outside, going for a walk, exercising, listening to music, reading, and so much more. Also, you want to set your schedule and stick to your hours so that you have time for family time, you have time for your friends, you have time for events that you want to attend in the community, whether it's by yourself, with your loved ones, or even if you want to attend educational events for yourself, for your business. And of course, for your hobbies, you want to still have time to be connected with your community and with your friends through interactive things in the community. So it's really important to set your hours and then stick with them. Now, I know in a perfect world that would be doable. So we need to also have backup plans for that too. Maybe your meeting's going over longer, or maybe your kid did not go to sleep at nap time like they're supposed to. Whatever it may be, just adjust your schedule. But for the most part, you should have the same schedule. What about you guys? What are you doing for your schedules? Are you using your Google Calendar? Are you using a paper calendar? How do you schedule your day? Put your answers in the comments really quickly, as I want to know. What I do is I do use Google Calendar a lot. I also have to write it out because it's something about writing out information helps me retain it better. So I do have my digital form, which is my Google Calendar for being on the go. And then I have my paper for like when I'm at home and I'm kind of lounging. I also like to have that if I'm going into meetings. So Miss Tracy says she likes to use notebook and a planner. Love it. Yes, I agree, Chantel. Sometimes, yes, often business owners lack self-care and spending time with family. It happens. You run into a lot of issues, right? We run into you either being understaffed, and with COVID happening right now, we're running into that a lot. You want to make sure your staff are safe, but you still have this business that you need to run, and that that's your income. So how do we juggle that? How do we make that balance? Deborah says writing down daily tasks in my notes on my phone. Yes. I like to use, if you just Google tasks, blank PDF tasks, I like to print those off and use those. Those help me a lot. That way, if I'm in the middle of a task and I think of something else, I'll just write it down so that I don't get distracted. Sarah says I plan out my day at the beginning of the day and just stick to it the best I can for the rest of the day, so I don't have to spend energy thinking about it. I like that. I like that. I like to make my task list the night before. So I've had that day already happen. And so whatever I felt like I didn't do or need to go back over or just, added on stuff, and I create that task list or add on to it. So that's a great one. Anybody else? What are you guys doing for your, like to keep organized? Anyone else? Okay. I will go on to the next one, and then if more answers come in, I'll make sure to read them. Again, I also just wanted to say thank you so much, Sarah and the Supplied family, for having me as a guest speaker today. I'm super excited to talk about mental health and how to use it in our business. So thank you again. Is it Cortessa? She says she has a bunch of notebooks. Oh my God, I do too. I have a notebook for each business. I even have a notebook for sometimes if I speak to someone on a regular basis, it's just a notebook. Something about just having that hard copy, just something about it. Yes, when you say 12, I hear you. I hear you, Cortisa. I hear you. I'm not quite at 12 yet, but I can see myself getting there. It's great because as you're expanding your business or growing your business, you can always go back to what your ideals were and how they manifest into something so wonderful. Cortisa said it helps with my ADHD. That's wonderful. It's a great place to put all your ideas and then look at them, and then you can kind of go back and cross off. Yes, that's a great thing. Mary says, me too. Felicia says, I just do it when I can. Never thought to set a schedule. This is so helpful. Yes, you have to set a schedule, because if there's anything that I've learned during COVID is every minute of your time, you can't get that back. So you need to make sure that you're using all your time and your energy into something positive that's going to create a positive benefit for yourself. I keep one at my bed and with Mary says I keep one by my bed in a pin. Sunny Needs says, boy, I need help with everything. Hey, that's what the Supplied family is here for, to help. Anything you need help with, we're all here for you. I think I missed someone. Bianca says your voice is so soothing. Thank you so much, Bianca. I appreciate it. Journaling is therapy. Yes. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, it is. All right, so let's get on to our next tip, and it's create a flexible working environment. And what I mean by that is create an environment that allows you to change up your pace and your style. And what I mean by that is you might want to set days that you do something specific on. And what I mean by that is choose content creating days. So on Mondays and Wednesdays, maybe that's your day that you are going to do pre-recorded videos, or maybe you're taking pictures if you're a clothing boutique, maybe you're creating flat lays, maybe Mondays and Wednesdays are when you're in the community interviewing people, whatever, how you create your content for your business. It's really good to set days for that. And the reason why is it can get overwhelming to have a lot of different things to do in one day. So if you set it out where you know you want your content to hit the floor running every Friday, maybe every Monday and Wednesday you're going to create that content, and then you're going to schedule it on your Facebook, your Instagram, and then it's there. It's going to be in the universe, and now you can focus on something else in your business. Cortisa said, I just created a podcast schedule. Your podcast is going to be great. I can feel it. As long as if you believe it, everyone else will believe it too. Sarah says, yes, Felicia, I really do recommend setting a schedule. I'd rather spend my energy on executing than second guessing myself if I'm doing the right thing. Yes. Katisha says, yes. Oh, all right. Sorry. I like reading the comments to make sure everything you guys are saying is everyone can hear it and see it. So yes, creating those days. Another good thing is allowing yourself to have breaks throughout your day. So schedule yourself a lunch, schedule yourself a little snack time, schedule yourself a break to go outside if it's nice outside. Schedule, maybe you want to take a phone call to call your loved one to just say, how's it going? Or take those breaks. Also, give yourself a change in scenery within your workspace. If you are someone who's working from home, or you go out to an office, and maybe day one you're working in your office, maybe day two you're kind of utilizing your conference room. If you're at home, maybe you're in one day an office that is really, really bright. The next day maybe you're sitting more so on the couch in a more relaxed setting. Make sure you try that as well. Another thing is watch how much you're on your computer. If you're able to shut your device down for X amount of times throughout the day, that's great for you. It's great for your mind. It's great for your mental. There's so much on social media that can be mentally draining. And even the lighting can be mentally draining on our devices. We do require so much lighting so that you look nice in your videos. So turning off those devices for a little bit are really important. Cortisa says, what to do when you get in that creative drive and it laps the schedule. If you are doing your schedule, and let's say you gave yourself 2 hours to take pictures, upload them to your website, and then add pricing, let's say that goes over to 3 hours. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I would just say when you're ready to move on to your next area, look to see how long that task is going to take. You might want to start with your bigger tasks first, whichever your preference is, or your smaller tasks first. Me personally, I like to start with what is more time pressing. Do I have, for example, every morning I wake up, I check my orders, I check my emails, and any orders placed, they're being packaged so that they can get out. Right? So that's something set schedule. It may not happen right at 9 o'clock like I planned. It may happen at 10, but I'm still doing it. So you just adjust it that way. I hope that answers your question, Cortessa. And then Sarah says, my fiance calls me out if I'm on my phone during dinner. Yes, I'm really trying to get better myself about being on my phone all the time, because it really does take that social interaction away when you're always on your phone. All right, so let's get into so here's another one. Yes, during COVID, we want to be safe, but we still need to figure out how to safely interact with our coworkers, our bosses. If maybe you have other entrepreneurs that you're collaborating on an idea together, take some time, and maybe you guys can meet at your local COVID safe coffee shops, and having that break in not always meeting online. Or if you're someone who prefers to meet online and the other counterpart does too, that's great too. It's just nice to have that social interaction. So I would say try to take time in your schedule to input social interactions virtually or safely in the community. What are some ways that you guys like to virtually meet up with your business partners or whoever you utilize to create your visions with. Me personally, I love Google Meet or Zoom. They just seem to be really easy to work with and compatible. What do you guys use? I know some people use Hangout, I think is another one, or some people just utilize Facebook. What do you guys use for your virtual meetups so that you're still having your social interactions during COVID? Drop your answers inside of the comments. Cortessa, what do you mean by what kinds of tips? I'm sorry, I didn't see your question there. Felicia says Zoom. Yes, I like Zoom. Anyone else? All right, so our next tip is learn to say no. I think this is a big one. And I've totally been guilty of not saying no when I need to. And here's why it's important to say no. You have to know your limits. Whether you're a new small business owner or a already standing business owner, you still need to know your limits. For example, if you're new, I wouldn't suggest trying to have a whole bunch of orders being placed on your site if you don't have your site fully up and running, right? So know your limits. Don't give yourself a deadline if it's not attainable. What are you doing that is allowing you to reach that goal? Write it out, right? You don't want to make promises to other vendors if you're maybe a wholesaler and you're not able to deliver. Maybe you overestimated, whatever the case may be, know your limits. And it's okay to say no. Maybe you are a hot commodity because your business is doing its thing. Know your limit. Plan this out before you say yes to anything, because nothing is worse to say yes to something and then you're not prepared and now your branding is just, the talk of the town of who not to work with. So really keep that in mind. Cortessa says, if I hear Zoom again, I'm going to stress. There's other ways that you can do virtual meetups. You could do Zoom, you could do Facebook, you could do FaceTime on your phone. There's really a lot of different ways to stay connected, so you don't have to just do Zoom. Another thing is being comfortable in your business negotiations. Learning to say no to what is not acceptable for a price. Know your worth and know your pricing. Do not start wholesaling or working with other vendors or anything of that nature without having your price list completed first. Just really understand what you're getting yourself into and say no if the price is not what you want. Don't sell yourself short. And next is create a plan first. It's very important to create a plan. Don't go into something and not have a plan because it could backfire on you, or there's questions that may be asked that you necessarily were not prepared for. And you always want to be prepared because you're always that face of your business and you always need to be professional and be prepared for anything. That's why it's super important to utilize things like business plans and financial plans and things like that. And creating your LLC if that's the way you want to go and all that good stuff. So what are some things that you guys have had to say no to in your business? I want to know. I can tell you that I've had to say no to individuals that I thought would be a great brand ambassador for my company, and unfortunately we just weren't on the same page and I had to say no. The loving and caring side of me was like, oh, just keep going with it, it'll get better. But then that business side kicked in and said, okay, let's be realistic. Is your time being used wise? Is your finances being used correctly? And the answer was no. So then I had to say no to that. So what did you guys have to say no to in your businesses? Or what do you think or what are you preparing to say no to? Maybe you're in the middle of a negotiation and your cons are more than your pros. What is that? So we have Mary says credit. So you are looking to say no to credit, meaning Explain a little bit more, Mary. Anyone else? I've also had to learn to say no to doing virtual events sometimes. I had to say no to some of them just because I didn't feel comfortable because of COVID. So then, because I said no to that, what am I doing to replace that? Or do I need to replace that no? So think those are some things to think about. Sonia says change of price. That's a good one. A lot of people do like to change your prices on the products that you are delivering to the world. So it's okay to say no because there's always an audience out there for whatever you're selling, whatever you're promoting, whatever services you provide. Anybody else? What have you had to say no to? Okay. And my last question is, what is something that you feel that you can do better for your mental health while being a small business owner? Drop those answers below. And right now, I'm going to talk about 5 different resources in the community that you can use for your mental health. Okay. Cortesa says family. That's a good one. Felicia says low ball offers. Yes, yes. Know your worth. Don't settle for less. And be careful how many times you put things on sale or do markdowns or flash sales. People pay attention to that and they'll learn your pattern and they'll only buy on your sale dates. So really pay attention to that. Then that will help with your mental of the less stress of, oh my God, I have to make this work. Take days off, says Cortisa. Lady Ann says, don't overlook or stress family time. Okay. Anybody else? I'm waiting for someone to say these magical words. So I'm going to let some other people answer. What are you doing for your mental health as a business owner? Okay, stop filling up my schedule so much and take self-care time. Yes, Deborah, yes. Um, I agree. Yes, yes. These are all great things, guys. What's another one? Come on, you guys. Hiring people, says Cortesa. Okay. What else? What else are you guys doing for your mental health? All right. So in the community, there's a lot for us to utilize. Now, I myself am in the Metro Detroit area, so make sure you're looking at your local areas to make sure that you have the right information. So there's a lot. So we have community mental health, right? And those are agencies. Every county has one. You would just have to, Google and do some research to figure out what is your community mental health agency. And you can call their 1-800 number. And if you feel that you need more additional help within your mental health, that's okay. That's okay because there's someone there to help. And they'll be able to connect you with the appropriate services. So make sure you look for that in your own specific county. Looks like Paige says that there's meditation, massage days is from Lady Ann. Cortesa says talking to others. Mary says staying away from the stress. I love it all, guys. I love it all. Next is going to be, now again, I keep saying local because everyone lives somewhere else. As you guys saw earlier, we got so many different people from different places. Shopping, shopping never gets old. Yes, I agree. Is it Razaya? Razaya? That's a beautiful name. Next is called One Stop Shop. Now, again, this is a local agency and where I live at, so you would have to check into that wherever you live at. But this particular place has services that are free to use for small business owners. There's free counseling. There's free tips on. There's free counseling for areas of finance, how to create a business plan, how to continue your business plan, marketing, social media, and so much more. Again, it's called One Stop Shop. That's what it's called here in the Oakland area of where I am in the Metro Detroit area. So you would just have to do a little bit of digging to see, you know, which local area is with you guys. Yes, massaging, getting your nails done that's my go-to as well. Next is called asking for help. You guys are gonna hear me say that all the time. Ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. It could be help from anyone in this group. It could be help from your loved ones. It could be help from your friends, anyone. Ask for help. It's okay. I think we have to get used to asking for help. I know it's so easy for women to just take on so many different roles, and we don't realize how much that puts onto our mental. Our mental health is tested all the time, and now we're adding a business, right? So we have to make sure that we ask for help when it's necessary, okay? And then our other resource in the community is looking to see if there's any organizations that produce events in the community. Maybe there's local churches, maybe the local community mental health agency that I was speaking about, but there are free events inside of your community that can help you with your mental well-being, such as support groups, such as open talks, and so much more. And also, Women Empowerment Circle is a great open place, judgment-free place for you guys to just pop in and talk. Those are all of my tips that I have for you guys today. But again, want to still continue to chat with you guys if you have any questions or anything like that for me. Again, my name is Breona Clawson, and if you haven't realized it, I'm very passionate about mental health. And my focus in Women Empowerment Group is shedding light on mental health for women of all walks of life, all shapes, all sizes, no matter your past, and helping your mental health increase the good days more than the bad days while juggling your business and anything else that you have going on in your life. So message in the comments below one thing that you are going to work on for your mental health and how you're going to track it. So for me, every week I do this. I write down one goal that I want to achieve for my mental health. So this week, my mental health is knowing when to stop. And what I mean by that is sometimes I can be a little overbearing. Sometimes my body language can portray one thing when I really mean another. So really understanding how I am being and how my energy is with others. So that's my goal, is to keep that rebalance and having positive vibes all the time, even if I'm stressed. All right, so let's see what you guys are saying. You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. I hope you really enjoyed today's talk. Exercise, says Cortisa. Felicia says, I missed the fifth resource. Can you repeat them, please? Yes. Let me go back to my notes really quick. Oh, so we got Community Mental Health Agency in your community. We have One Stop Shop, which, again, I don't know what it would be called where you live at, but it's a place that you can get resources for free for your business. Also, you have to ask for help. Yes, ask for help. And I don't think I've even said the last one. The last one is a resource that I use to show people that. It's Mental Health First Aid. It's a website, so you can just type in Mental Health First Aid. And this gives a list of different supports for mental health. For example, the National Suicide Prevention Line, Crisis Text Line, the Trevor Project, which is a project that provides free, confidential support to anyone in the LGBT community. And you can text, you can do online, anything like that. And there's also the Veterans Crisis Line. So that's a great website to check out. All right. So Mary says setting boundaries. Wonderful. So yes, it's very important, as you guys know, to really keep your mental health in check. I'm super excited that you guys came into this live today and gathered great information on your mental health, as well as gave great insight on how you're dealing with your mental health and seeing others and how they're dealing with it. And then just coming together as strong women to really, really talk about mental health because it's an area that we don't talk about enough. Sarah says her mental health goal next week is to move from negativity faster. I like that. And I may pronounce your name wrong again, but I think it's Rizaya. It says, how can you influence negative people to have a positive view of life? That's a very good question. I'm going to repeat that one more time. How can you influence negative people to have positive view of life? All you can do is be true to yourself and know who you are and continue to display those positive vibes and those positive lifestyles in front of that individual or people. People have to change on their own. And if they see the positive things that you're doing, hopefully one day that will start to kind of rub off on them.